Hi everyone, Kenny Pua here. Welcome to Let's Play Together session. Alright, welcome back to Ukulele Aerobics week number 7. Today is Monday, so we are going to do some chords, okay? So there is total of 5 chords that we need to learn today. So there is a A7, D, E7, and also D7. Alright, let's go to the first chord, A chord. So how to press it, you can see on the screen, or you can listen to what I'm saying. So we need to press on the first fret of the third string using the first finger, and then the middle finger you need to press on the second fret of the fourth string, okay? And then this is A. Alright, A chord. Okay, can do it? A chord. Right, for the next chord, which is actually the A7, you can just remove the middle finger from the fourth string, and then you will get A7. A7 sounds like this. Okay? A7. Alright, next, the third chord that we are going to do is actually called D chord. Right, D chord. How to press it, there is a various way, as per the comment here from the author. You can use actually the 1, 2, 3 on the second fret. So all the second fret on the second, third and fourth string you need to press. So you can choose to press using which finger you like. For example, 1, 2 and 3 here, like here, 1, 2 and 3, first finger on the fourth string, second fret, second finger on the third string, second fret also, and then the third finger on the second string, second fret. Alright, and then this is D chord. This is how it sounds like. Alright, D chord. So if your finger is actually very thick and cannot really press on it, you can opt for another variation, which is actually you remove your first finger, and then you move these two finger, second and also the third finger, up one string, and then use your pinky to press on the second fret of the second string. Alright, again, it's the same thing. You are using 3 fingers to actually press 3 of the strings, and then give you the D chord. Alright, so in some cases, this variation of pressing the fret is actually useful, especially there is an exercise on the probably tomorrow on the strumming, or the Wednesday on the fingerstyle. You might find that from A chord and you want to change to D chord, it's actually easier to actually use the second, third and fourth finger to press the D chord, right? For example, the A, and then you change to D, you can just add 2 more finger, third finger and pinky finger, to become a D, alright? Okay, instead of doing this A chord and then change to D chord, okay? Okay, so it depends on you, and also depends on the pieces, whether it's actually easier to do like this, or it's easier to do like this, or probably after D chord the next chord is actually more difficult. That's why you need to change to this, and then easier for you to change, like for example this E7, A, D, E7. Okay, so it depends on you. Alright, of course this D chord also come with another variation, which actually you can use only 2 finger, but you need to do some bar, okay, like a bar chord. So in this instance, for D chord itself, you can actually use first and second finger only by doing a bar on the fourth string and also the third string, like this, okay, on the second fret, and then your middle finger, and then yes, correct, your middle finger, your second finger, you need to press on the second fret of the second string also. Alright, and then we try to leave it open for the first string. So this is also D. You can do something like this. Okay, this is using the bar chord method, but we need to lift up your index finger, something like this. Instead of bar all like this, you need to lift it up. Okay, and then press on the use the middle finger to press on the second string, so that you can leave it open on the first string. So this is D chord using this variation. Again, there is also another way that is suggested by the author, Chad, right? Is using the second finger and third finger on the third string and the second string on the second fret, like this. Alright, afterwards you add a thumb to press, okay? This is also can be done, okay? Something like this. Okay, for me, I'm not comfortable with using thumb, but it's doable. So this is D chord. So which way is actually better for you? Try out all the options and see and find one that actually is easier for you, so that you can use it all the time. Okay, right? If you have a comment for this chord, please comment below as well. Okay, which one is actually easier for you? Okay, now let's move on to the chord number 4, which is actually an E7. All right, E7. If you look at the chord chart like that, most likely you will use first finger on the fourth string, first fret, second finger on the third string, second fret, and then the third finger on the second fret of the first string. This E7, alright? Okay, nothing wrong with this, just that I want to bring it up that this is actually a transitional chord as well. I mean, it's a movable chord. You can derive it from the F7 that you learned in the previous week. Alright, F7, if you still remember, F7 is something like this. Okay, this is F7. We are pressing all the strings. Okay, but if you actually remove your first finger and then you move one fret down, this will be your E7. Is this the same like just now? First fret on the fourth string, second fret on the third string, second fret on the first string. Okay, just a different fingering. So you can see from here, it's actually a derivation from the F7 that we learned previously. Alright, and then we can remove this finger, first finger, and then leave it open string. Alright, so it becomes a E7. Alright, similarly, you can use this, but this fingering you can't move. Alright, so if there is how to say, a chord transition that requires you to move from E7 to the upwards upstream to the higher fret, so it's advisable to use second, third, and fourth finger for this chord so that you can move. Alright, E7, F7, F sharp 7, G7. Alright, again, E7, F7, F sharp 7, and then G7. Alright, you will encounter this similar chord probably on the next week, that when we play next following weeks, when we try to do some sliding, I think. Yeah, okay, so just bear in mind, this is a movable chord, even though originally you only see 3 fingers. Okay, so by moving upwards and you add one more finger to the second string, first fret, it becomes a movable chord. Okay, right, next and last but not the least, which is actually the D7 chord, the chord number 5. So this is a little bit challenging. It's because it's it requires us to actually bar 3 strings together using our first finger. So it's like this. You need to use your first finger, press on the second fret, alright, of all the strings. Of course, the main thing is the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string must be there, alright? And then the last string, which is the 1st string, you need to press using your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, and this becomes your D7 chord. Alright? Okay, so any problem? No problem. There is no hard, fast and easy rules for this. You really need to practice. But probably you start off with a 2 strings, 3 strings, and then 4 strings. Then only add this last note here and become D7. Alright? This one you must master, because when you are doing D chord, it's also the same thing, where you need to only use your pinky on the 5th fret. It becomes D. Okay? So this D7, this is D chord. Okay? Right. This D7. So if you want to practice this and want to memorize it, probably you can do something like this: A chord, and change to D chord. Okay, right. If you want to add some spice, probably you can put in your A7 into play as well. A. Okay, you can put the A7 chord inside together with the D chord. And how about the E7? Right, E7 is also a good play. You can actually check on the Tuesday exercise where you can actually learn the strumming, and together there is a chord transition from A, D, and also E7, right? So you can play something like this: A chord, and then D chord, and then E7, and then back to A. Okay, so you can look at the exercise tomorrow for the chord, right? I'm not strumming exactly the same like the tomorrow's exercise, but I'm just saying that if you want to memorize these chords together and just want to play it out, you can play something like this. Okay, and of course D7 also you can do something like this. Okay, you add the G chord. D, D7, G. Okay, so D7, similar to like A7, you can actually play with the G chord together. Okay, right? So that's all on the chords for today. Total 5 chords: A, A7, D, E7, and also D7. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can just ask below on how to press it, or if you are having any difficulties, please let me know. I will try my best to help you. Okay, and then I think that's all for today. Until here, this video on the chord exercise for week number 7. And thank you for watching until the end. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And if you think this video is useful for others, you can share it out as well. Alright, and again, thank you for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow on the Ukulele Aerobics Let's Play Together session. And tomorrow we are going to do some strumming. Alright, so see ya and bye bye.